Good morning. Monday morning, and we've had quite a bit of rain. Big difference in the weather from the last couple of weeks really to this. It is raining now. I'm just silly and haven't got a coat on. Still warm though, very warm on a night. It is officially, as you know, autumn now, meteorological autumn, which means blackberries. So really on this seasonal kind of vegetable idea and stuff like that, that does mean that it is like the autumn fruit, the soft fruit time of the year. So this morning I have just been, they might come over and say hello, moving some fences around because these two lovelies here, which are the two Highland cows which live on the farm, Morag and Cushug, I do believe. Cushug is the Manx name for ragwort. I'll find one somewhere. It's not very in flower, but that's a ragwort just there. It is a weed, but it is our national flower over here. And Morag is, and well, to the best of my knowledge, is only an area in Ramsey. It's like a lake is the Morag Park in Ramsey. So I've just moved the clamp around because later in the week we're going to be getting their feet trimmed because they've not had it done for a little while. So I've just had to move some gates around and then bring them up into this top paddock from the bottom one down there over the side of that fence. They don't go into this bit. This bit's not fenced. This is just done for silage. So yeah, working on my own with them is quite interesting. They're a little too used to people, so they're not really afraid of you. They are just pet cows. They belong to the farmer's daughter, and they're wonderful. We did have them up the top last winter because this paddock got really muddy. We had a very wet winter. So they just spend the time ambling around in here. So I just had to go and move the gates, let them in here. I then did a quick runner over into where the bungalow is before they came and found me, and then headed around, came all the way around in behind them and shut the gates from the other field side. But yeah, they're happy enough. They've just had a big run round, had zoomies, because they're into a new field, so something new. Other than that, what else is going on? So this week we're on landscaping jobs. Like I say, the weather's kind of turned a bit, so we've got a bit of rain. So I'm back on that paving job tomorrow. I think I might be there this afternoon. Back onto the tomorrow. I had a visit from a lovely lady from a local florist, which is down Port Erin, I think she said. Well, she's from Port Erin. She lives in Port Erin, but I think the florist is in Port Erin, who took some pumpkins to use as samples for a workshop that she's doing. So that's absolutely fantastic. She's wanting to come and get some more as well once they're a bit closer to being ready, but she wanted the white ones, which is really cool to then go picking some of the polar bears and the blancos. You know, we didn't grow anything like that last year, so that was really nice. She took a Queensland blue as well, which is the grey blue ones. So it'd be really interesting to see what she creates. We've not had much going up to the Honesty Box. I feel really bad, to be honest, because there hasn't been anything coming off. We're at the end of the potatoes. As I said in the last video, anything really coming off there is probably just going to be for me now. And there's not really an awful lot we could put up there, but it will kick off soon once we start getting the pumpkins, once we start getting turnips. We do have turnips. We have more turnips than I thought, so I am now really happy about our turnip count. Carrots and parsnips are doing phenomenal. So yeah, we'll just have to see where we're at and how it goes and what's kind of going up. So yeah, we'll see what's going on later this week. I think I want to have a bit of a chat about what seasonal veg actually is, you know, and why seasonal veg and why it's good, and just my kind of views on that. Obviously everyone's entitled to their own view, and I think in recent years particularly everyone's got a bit used to just being able to get anything at any time, and a lot of the flavors disappeared from stuff when that happens. But we'll have a chat later. I'll find somewhere nice to sit, and I shall let you, I say have a chat, obviously it's one way, there's no chat back, but you can put it in the comments, or personal message me or whatever, you know. Yeah, let us know if you have any views on that. So I'll do that later in the video. I think I'll find somewhere a bit nicer than leaning on a gate with a couple of cows next to me and a telehandler in the background. So I'll probably do it in amongst the pumpkins or something, hopefully on a day when it's not raining. So see you in a bit. Hello, it is Thursday. Where's the week gone? Really quick little snippet here. I'm just out with a fertiliser spinner on at the moment. Hang on, get the camera off. So we've just been testing this out on this little grass field here. So that's the lap that I'm following. Let me get you locked back in there. Sorry. So yeah, just testing this out. Literally just finishing off the last of the stuff. We need to be using this up the top of the hill. So this is yeah, just getting it set, it's calibrated. We found there's an app which helps you calibrate. It tells you what all your ratings are and stuff like that. So yeah, that's going to be good. Work-wise, rest of this week, I can't believe it's Thursday already. Gone absolutely crazy and busy. Not been an awful lot going on the pumpkins side of things. Pumpkins don't really need much attention at the moment. They're just kind of cracking away on their own. You know, that's really good. Slowly turning orange, a lot more orange. So we've sent some out to local primary schools. So where I was doing that repair, the reception class asked if they could have a couple of pumpkins. So I've just dropped 2 pumpkins down to them. So the kids are going to carve them. So I can't wait to see that. I'm guessing that's ready for the Harvest Festival. Hopefully for the Harvest Festival I might be taking this down again like I did last year, but obviously I've not been doing videos that long, so you won't know of me doing that. So I'm just getting towards the end of the field here, so I'm just going to shut it all off. That one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Right, yeah, so just got, I've not sent any produce out this week yet, and that'll all be going out on Saturday morning. I am ready to plant stuff in the polytunnel to the point of I've already actually put some little bits and pieces in which I tucked in last night just before going down to the school run. So stuff's starting to grow in there. We've planted some other stuff in a Belfast sink at home. I put in a load of stuff down at the field, so I'll try and get a video of that later. I might see where I'm at this afternoon. I've actually got to pop this afternoon to go see another restaurant who might be interested in our stuff, so that's really cool. Yeah, so I think we'll go with that. I've got to get this off, go get it washed, and then park it up, ready to go up the hill when we get a chance. Weather-wise, it was abysmally rainy last night. Today's all right, a bit cloudy. I think tomorrow's probably going to be wet because I'm meant to be out grass cutting again, so that's generally a license to rain. Yeah, got another educational video to do of now planting the seedlings that we grew. So I tried to do that the other day, and when I watched the video back, it just it hadn't worked. It was too dark, so that had failed. I've actually lost the clamp which holds the phone really well, so that's a great thing to lose. So I'll probably do that through the GoPro, and I might even do it in the polytunnel because that's going to be kind of cool. Pardon me, bit of a yawn, tired, mucky, hurt my back as well. That's not good. Setting this up, I've been moving all them slabs on Monday, and then tried to squeeze between the fertiliser spinner and the tyre, and there's a little bobble sticking out somewhere. And I clipped my back on it and it made me go and I just tweaked it. So getting old. Right, at which point I'm gonna go wash this down. See you in a bit. Welcome back. So I've just been to pick up some straw bales which we will use in and amongst the veggies. So I'll just show you what we do with them. So we use them as a little bit of a mulch. Keep the weeds down. Worked perfectly alongside this kale, so I'm going to give them a go alongside some of this other stuff. We are really starting to get stuff growing. So like as chard is doing exceptionally well now. That's a nice full run. So things are going. That's great. I've literally just come back from, what's in there? Turnips. Just come back from seeing another restaurant who is really interested in using our product, so that is brilliant. And I can't believe how it's going with people coming to us to ask about supplying them. I thought we'd have had to be going around braying on people's doors. Just ordered, well, it's a really good Swede. Just ordered what have I ordered? A load of crates for us to use, so that instead of using the green one that we have, we will have our own. They're not going to be branded, but there's his own colour of crates, which are not like anything anyone else has got on the island, so we should be able to make sure we keep them. Which will then allow us to get out stuff, hopefully on a bit bigger kind of scale than what we are at the moment, and then hopefully able to make a bit of money, because that'd be really nice. Yeah, so I did say earlier that I wanted to kind of have a bit of a chat about what is seasonal, and this is all obviously according to me, according to the world of Richard. There is a definition. Seasonal will be something which grows within a season. Now, if you're able to grow something within a controlled environment, which allows you to grow it out of season but all year round, is that seasonal? I think it depends on what it is. You know, obviously we in modern society have got used to the fact that we can get anything we want produce wise at any time, really. You know, even myself, you know, I've just placed an order for some shopping, and on that there was a box of strawberries. So, you know, is it strawberry season? Not really. Our strawberries have stopped at home. The strawberries that I'm going to be looking to grow down here will have stopped by now. There is a couple of varieties which would still have maybe a bit of fruit coming up now, but it's going to be very limited. So is that seasonal? I don't know. Obviously, they're still claiming to be British strawberries. They're probably grown in a greenhouse under heat with a bit of, well, maybe not even heat. You wouldn't need heat with this sun we've had over the last couple of weeks. If you've got something under glass or even in polytunnel, that kind of idea, you're going to have plenty of heat in there to keep it going. Now, that is using things to extend the season. Now, what I really try to avoid is food miles. You know, obviously everything which we grow here is grown here in Sulby on the Isle of Man, and one of his restaurants is 6 miles that way, the other restaurant is 2 miles that way, and there might be another one probably 3 miles the other way in due course as we start sending things up there. So that's the food miles. You know, our seed comes, we're importing the seed from the UK because that's just to the ease of what I found the easiest place to get it. You know, it is UK grown seed as well, so I have made sure on that, and it gives me the choice of varieties. So like these lettuces which are grown here are ones which will thrive in the colder climate as we're starting to come into autumn. The ones up at the end, you might not just be at the little green strips you can see up there. Those are a winter variety, so that's a winter hearting variety of lettuce, so they're going to do much better through winter. Now, I'm not adverse to trying to extend the growing season of stuff. You know, years since I'd have never thought that lettuce had still been growing now, but you know, the more that I've learnt and the more I've honed the technique, it's definitely something we can do. And just selecting the varieties which is going to allow you to extend that. Pumpkin wise, next year I'll definitely look at doing earlies, because then we could start to get some out. I'm possibly thinking of planting like a commercial patch and a pick your own patch next year, because we do have that area, which is going to give us a far more space. So if I did a kind of commercially patch, that then allows me to have somewhere where I could easily take pumpkins from without suddenly ending up with big gaps in the pick your own patch. Because I never thought so many places would want pumpkin as what I'm kind of stumbling across. Excuse me, I've still got a sore back, as I said earlier, and I've just loaded them straw bales on by hand, so that's probably not helped. Yeah, so as for, you know, what we're growing, I've had a few more suggestions today. The polytunnel is up and has got compost in it and has actually got stuff in it as well. So I will show you that. I'll do a bit of a video up there. But yeah, I think everything's kind of progressing well. The pumpkins are doing phenomenal. Let me just go have a wander in, and I can let you see what we have. I've got to pick my way through this bit first. I am going to have to start severing some of these off now, I think, because as you can see, the plants are all starting to turn a shade of grey, and quite a few of the pumpkins are starting to turn a shade of orange. So some of them have still got quite a few flowers on, so I'm wondering if I take the pumpkins off that obviously mature, will then the plants carry on trying to flower and produce more pumpkins? Who knows? It's a bit of a learning curve, because like the ones here, these have still got no pumpkins on, full of flowers. So even if they produce a really nice little small pumpkin, that'd be good. I am going to have to go do something with all these thistles, because these are crazy. We've got so many thistles this year. Last year I went around and trimmed once everything had been severed off prior to the pick your own. I'm kind of lost here in a world of thistles. I don't know if I'm going to do that this year, because obviously it's a much bigger area. We've got 4 acres of pumpkins this year, whereas last year we had half an acre. So it's like just looking in here, you know, obviously a couple of pumpkins there. Plants are starting to die off, you know, but all around there is. So what have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, just 17 that I can see here in this area, and they're all of a really good size. So there is lots going on. It is just a sea of them, but I do need to sort something with the thistles. So I was going to say something. What was I going to say? My question to you is, what do you think seasonal growth is? You know, and I don't just want to mean, you know, like spring, summer, autumn, winter. You know, what I'd be really interested in knowing what other people's views are on what is seasonal, what tastes good. You know, obviously we can grow things out of season. Now, I don't think there's anything as tasty as a strawberry, which is picked in your own garden and taken straight into the house, or just eaten straight off the plant. You know, that is so tasty. It's an amazing experience, you know, particularly if they're warm as well, which is really weird because you normally eat strawberries cold. But you know, when they're warm off the plants, there's just something about that taste which I don't think you get with your ones which you buy at the supermarket. You know, it's not just one supermarket, it's any supermarket. We here have Co-op and Tesco's, and then what's called ShopRite, which is our local supermarket, which actually at the moment is in partnership with Sainsbury's. So we have Sainsbury's products here as well, which is kind of nice. It was Waitrose just before, and Iceland as well, Waitrose and Iceland. So it gave a good kind of like difference of spread of products. You can still go in there all the way around the year and buy the likes of strawberries or something like that. Sorry, I'm just trying to pick my way down to these lovely looking ones. I just love the colour on these. So that's a big pumpkin, a really nice size to it. The plant's still looking really healthy. Ooh, that's a funny one. I wonder if that's one of these. That might be what these look like, which would be why I didn't see it when it just suddenly appeared. Yeah, so, you know, you can go get stuff all year round, but does it taste as good? I don't think so. So that's what I kind of want your input on. You know, is it just variety choices or what? So yeah, let me know in the comments, please. Whoppers, absolute whoppers. And then next to it, tiny little gourd. So yeah, I've kind of totally lost wherever I was on what I was saying and talking about seasonal growth, and then got distracted by pumpkins, which is generally what happens, and I do apologise for that. Veggies are going to be progressing on, and look, we've got sunflowers back out again. So these sunflowers were planted a lot later, which has then given me an idea for next year to allow us to to keep a sunflower crop going. I did plant something in here, I think, so I'll have to carefully pick through. Look at that. It's lovely, absolutely lovely. So yeah, ideas for next year are going on. Rain gauge is fairly full because it absolutely beat it down last night. We seem to have buddleias growing everywhere as well. But my worries about the turnips, Swedes, have been totally unfounded. We don't have as many as we did last year, admittedly, but we do have them, and they are a nice size. So they're going to be here on the pick your own, able to be collected. Well, that's a tiny little string of lettuce or something there. So this top end is looking relatively empty on most of these rows. We have got some. Now these are proper turnips, I do believe. Yep. So that's not a Swede. This is an actual turnip. No, it's not. That's a beet. Where did the turnips go in? See, that's bad. I don't even know what I'm planting. That is a beet. Oh, it's giving us some lovely foliage. You can eat that. Not just the beetroot on the bottom. You can eat the foliage as well. Look at the kale in here. The black kale is absolutely fantastic because it just suddenly appears. And this is turnips, Swedes. Look at that. All the way down. Really healthy looking. Yes. So, got quite a few of them. There's another row in here as well. So this must have been a section where I emergency planted stuff. Brussels sprouts. All these here are Brussels sprouts, other than the odd occasional weed. They're still very short. They're not getting up to the height I'd want yet, but they're not due to be ready until December, January kind of time. So they've got lots more time to go at it. And there are Brussels sprouts growing in the bottom. So they're growing the crease of the leaf just there. You can see them. My finger might be in the way. These plants will get progressively taller. So that's brilliant. We have got them starting. Look at the size of that. It's like, compared to my hand, it's huge. So this is all getting ready to, there we go. Seeds are actually coming out of that. So I'm going to try something with some of these and see if I can get these to dry out, and then one seed. So yeah, they're edible, fully edible. I'm not going to eat them now, but you can do. The tractor is mostly fixed. It's still there. It just needs to have some more oil put in it. So I'll be getting that sorted hopefully tomorrow if I get a chance, and then we could get that back inside and out of the way and go from there. So as I say, I will go and see you in the polytunnel at some point. Maybe not this evening, maybe tomorrow evening. We'll have a look and show you what we've been doing in there. See you in a bit. Good afternoon. And look, polytunnel is up. Still got the irrigation to finish. Just got the parts in on there. There. So these are the bits which dangle down, and there's little sprinkler heads which go in the end of it. So got a tap there. Now I am planning on bringing a water pipe, because currently you can see the hose is over there somewhere. So the tap's on the back of the house, and I need a tap here, which will also make it handy for the veg beds which are there. So these are, obviously this is at my house, so there is sunflowers, we've got pumpkins, I can't remember the name of that, it's rhubarb. It's been a long week, wet day as well. Rhubarb, strawberry and blueberries there, a couple of apple trees, fig tree, plum tree, and there is a soft fruit bed, but it don't work very well. But here we go. So this is the inside of the polytunnel. I've already planted some stuff. I'm trying a system I've never done before. So there's no beds as such. The whole floor is covered in compost on top of cardboard, to go with the no dig. That's a line of kale down that side, and then there's chard in there. Nothing in this one, because I'm not sure how much room I need to stand here. Under the bench is lettuce and a bit of chard as well. because I might as well use that. I'm not going to be doing too much in here. That's just going to go down to the field, as is that stuff. And this is another tray of pea seeds, pea shoots, which I'm just doing up. This time with a lot less in. I'm going to do a tray at a time, unlike last time I ended up with too many of them. I was planning on trying to set up the GoPro and do I need to do one of my educational videos about planting up, so planting into the ground, because obviously we did the one about sowing lettuce, which was this wonderful tray of lettuce here. So that is what's grown from there. So I do need to do planting that in the ground. Unfortunately the battery's dead on it and I don't have power down here, so that's going to have to wait. I don't know why the battery's dead on it. I must have left it on, or on Bluetooth or something. So I had a bit of a clear out in here. I've brought my bags of compost, John Innes compost, down. This is a bag of rubbish here. That's going to go. That's all from the packaging from this. This is mixed John Innes and our compost, which has made this lovely, nice. Don't worry, I'm not going to eat it, just smelling it. Really smells nice. There is a piece of plastic in there, which shouldn't be in there. So lovely, just mixed up on the John Innes and our stuff, which our stuff is very fibrous, so that's good. So yeah, kind of getting there. As you can hear, it is raining, which is really nice to be able to do stuff inside now. Still need to do a bit of fine tuning on things. I'll just slowly bring you around. This door doesn't quite close, it just catches up on that corner, so I just need to take that off. I have installed my Wi-Fi thermometer, so that's on and I can log into it on the phone, so I can see the trends, min, max. It's been up for 3 days and already it was up at 33.2 degrees in here in the sun, which is great. It also does the humidity as well. Not too important at the moment, but if I've got tomatoes in here, that's going to make a bit of a difference, because you really want to ramp the humidity up, which makes them ripen. I'm going to install some fleece blinds over the vented tops of the doors so that I can just stop cold air coming in, particularly once it gets cold. Obviously it's not cold at the moment. We're at 14 degrees now, which feels cold. It's chillier than it has been over the last couple of days. You know, obviously last week we were up at 24, 25, so that's quite a big difference to that. The rain is very wanted and needed on everything. You know, we do need to keep that rain coming to keep the seasonal veg going, but getting happy in here. This is good. Things are going to start growing. It's going to be really interesting to see how fast these grow with this system. I have never done this system before. I've always done it with beds, but thinking about it, the usable space, it does give me much more usable space if I'm not needing to pot things up on this thing, on this bench during the summer. I can quite easily have stuff running literally where my feet are now, with just a plank to walk between them. So that's going to be quite cool. I don't think I'll be doing carrots or anything in here because I don't need to. They can be outside. But it's going to give me a bit of experience for when I do try and get a bigger polytunnel down at the field, which hopefully, well, this one is 6 foot wide. I'm hoping for like 16 foot wide down there. So that'll give us a lot more room, more lines like this, a lot more plyboard as well for going in between, and just see how that goes. You know, like I say, it's a bit of an experiment. I was going to go down to the field today, do a bit of picking. It's not going to happen. I'm not going down in this weather. I'm heading for the school run in 20 minutes, half an hour. So just kind of doing a bit of stuff in here. So like I say, I'm planting up the pea shoots, and I've got my smaller trays. I'm going to do some spinach in them as kind of like a bulk plant, just to see how it goes for baby leaf. I've got quite a few of them, so I'm going to fill a few of them up, leave them up on this bench. I might get the irrigation sorted. I'm going to put one sprinkler in the middle of each bay. I think I've got 3. Yes, got 3. So one in the middle of each bay, and they just do a really gentle spray down. I've left the full length of the hose as well, because you get more hose than what you need. I might be able to use that for something, so I've just left it coiled there. There's a bung in the end of that one, so the water's obviously not going to squirt out of it or anything. But if I do ever want to add anything else or put another tap in or something, I can, rather than cutting it off and then not being able to do anything. I do have more of the sprinklers as well. I put a polytunnel up for someone, and they ordered the irrigation system with it, but then we wanted to change what was in it, so I ended up with the sprinklers. So that's always handy. And I think I ordered another polytunnel and they sent 2 sets as well once. So really impressed with how the polytunnel's gone. It's gone up great. Lovely and tight. You know, it's not even that warm today. On a sunny day, it's a lot tighter than that. First time I've put one in by burying the sheet around the outside. Once that's all neatened up, I might put a piece of timber around on the outside just to save possible strimmer damage or anything to the edges of it. But it all seems to be good. It was relatively easy to do. I've done it all by myself, which is really good. You know, in the past, when I've put polytunnels up, even one of this size with the timber base rail, I've always done it with 2 people. So it's kind of nice to see, oh, well, yeah, you can do it. We did, when you buy the bench, it doesn't actually come with the timber for the bench. So this is just roofing batten, blue grade roofing batten. Just bought a pack of 10, I think it was. So I've got a couple of them left. And I did choose not to go all the way to the last support because that gives me space to put something like tomatoes or cucumbers. I don't think I needed the bench the whole way on. So yeah, that's kind of about it probably for this week. I am going to be picking some stuff to take out and deliver tomorrow, so I'll hopefully get some footage of that. I'm going to add a playlist of polytunnel and maybe do some short videos of just what's going on in here, whether it's a short or what, and just add it to that playlist. So obviously I've got the educational one, then I will have the polytunnel one. So yeah, you'll be able to kind of keep up on it. I might do more on the live side of things, particularly as things get growing in here and down there. I do like the idea of that being able to interact with you better than just these, and at the end of the day it saves it and you can watch it anyway. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Thank you once again for all your support. You know, don't forget, like, subscribe. We are on TikTok, Instagram and Facebook. I haven't worked out how to link them yet, so if I ever do, I'll get them linked. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and have a good week next week. And yeah, I'll see you on Sunday, or in a live video if I get one done. Take care.